things I'd know right now if I only knew back then.
Oh, the off-season's been good. Obviously a lot of recruiting, a little bit of downtime as well, so a few less trips to Sydney for me and a little bit more family time and a trip to Bali in between, so it's been nice. I guess, you've got guys that we've signed that would be new. Bruce is a 6'3" point guard, Anatoly Bose is, a 6'6" forward. You've got Alex Gines around 6'5", medium height, complemented by, Graham Dan. Graham's, 6'8", so they're all fairly long and athletic. So with good wingspan. So hopefully that'll convert into a good defensive unit. Oh, it's a meteoric rise. I mean, Madge's work ethic is probably second to none. He'll be challenged this year because I know Aaron Bruce is training hard, so is Luke Cooper, who was called up into the Boomer squad. Alex Gines is a proven fellow that does a lot of work in the off-season. So Madge will be pushed, but his performance last year warranted the call up to the Boomer squad. And then for he and Anatoly to get selected, I think it's a great thing for the club and personally both for Madge and for Tolly. I think great rewards for what they've done so far in their basketball careers. Well, Madge, worked his way from the 11th spot last year to the starting position. So he's going to have to work hard. There's no real starting spots that have been confirmed as yet. So the way I'm looking at it, we'll have our squad, and they'll be competing for their starting positions and backup positions. He'll fill into the 2-3 spot where we did last year. He's a proven outside shooter. We'll do a lot of work individually with him in this off season while he's doing the Boomers work, just in improving his ball carrying so that he can run the floor a little bit more. But again, last year was a watershed year for Ben, and I think again there'll be a lot of improvement in Madge's game. Well, I think it's phenomenal for a start. He's been long time tutored by Tim Hudson, who I know you had a very long chat with here on Kings TV. But Tolly's also a Sydney junior. He went to Waverley and he's done his junior basketball at North. So I mean, it's nice to have that Sydney connection. But he's a fellow that, as a young guy, has a lot to prove. It's really his first, toe in the water in the professional league. So we expect big things, but also understand that he's still a rookie. They'll like Ginesy. I've watched him, as a junior as well. He was a junior at Nowra. He was a standout at the National Under-18s Championship, selected in the Under-20s for New South Wales. He's just been selected in the World Uni Games for Australia. So his pedigree is very good. He had a great college career. His coach over there, Gary Toole, spoke very, very highly of Ginesy, and all they did was compliment what really we already knew. Expect big things out of him. Again, he's a rookie, but he's a very uncompromising player. He plays a hard game, and certainly I like that. And he's a guy that fits culturally where we want to head. He's a point guard, obviously. Coops played 4 games and played exceptionally well. He was a backup to Luke Martin last year, so when Lukey went down, Coops had to fill in. He did that very well for 4 games before he broke a bone in his foot. So what do I expect of him this year? I hopefully don't have another broken bone in his foot. He brings a heart and soul to this club that really, unless you see him daily and work him out and play with him and know his character, he's driven, and that's a great thing. And I think he'll do very well this year. And rightly so, he got called up to the Boomer squad as well. So although he didn't get selected in the 12, he did a good. He's done very well to get there. I've got a soft spot for point guard, especially ones that are 6'3". Look, he's also very determined. He's had a stellar junior career. He's played in the Boomers. He's missed out on that selection, for a number of reasons, but I think when he got the opportunity to come to Sydney and play a role in our ball club, he jumped at the chance. He's good friends with Ben Madgen, he's good friends with Luke Cooper, so we've got that chemistry, kind of that connection. I think he'll bring a different look. He's a very talented player, and if he does the work that we expect him to, and as we hope he would fit in, again, I think he'll be an important piece for our club. Yeah, I think there'll be an immediate connection with Kevin Ritch. He's a great guy. He does what he says he's going to do. He'll run the floor, he'll get on the boards, he'll set screens, he'll contest every shot, and he's a good team man. But over and above all of that, he's a bloody good guy. And he too will fit very well with this club. And I'm excited that Kevin Ritch is playing here. He's flown under the radar for too long. Some will say it's a gamble. I don't think so. He's a swing man. He can play in the 3, he can back up in the 4. He's a lefty, so it gives us that, that kind of unique awkwardness that lefties bring. And I think he'll have an important role to play for the club in our second year back. It's a very good question. Maybe his brother. I don't know. He's just one of those guys that gets the job done. In a way, if I were to compare him to a former Kings player, probably a Tim Morrissey, that left-handed type of guy, contested the ball, contested the boards, could carry it. Bit of a niggle type of guy. That kind of edge. Kevin's that type of player, just probably a little bit taller than Tim was when he played.